Hey everybody, it's Jared with Big Bill Motorsports here. Let's see, we didn't have any races this past weekend, so took it pretty easy. Spent almost all of Saturday out in the garage here. First half working on the Model A. I got the carburetor rebuilt, and I put a set of modern shocks on it, which is great because finally got to use my welder for something other than just farting around on the bench here. That was fantastic. My tires came in, which is awesome. These are freaking monsters, you can see. Some 21s, which is what was stock on these cars back in the day. Unfortunately, while I was waiting so long to get my tires, I decided to take my wheels and get them sandblasted so that I could repaint them. And they're still not back from the sandblaster. So I will be working that, but the hope is maybe sometime next week I'll be able to take the car out and see how the shocks do, and be able to drive the car around a lot more now that I don't have bald, dry rotted tires on there. So anyway, that's the Model A. I also spent half a Saturday working on Legends car. I talked to you guys last week about the tight condition I've been having, and that I wanted to check the rear end squareness to make sure that that wasn't kind of inducing some sort of tight condition on the car. And I normally always set my cars up with the rear end housing perfectly straight relative to the front shock towers. And so I checked it, and so my plan, I should say, was to check it, and if it was straight, pull the right rear back just a hair, maybe a 1/16 or so, to kind of induce a little bit of looseness into the car, and go from there. What I found was that my rear end wasn't straight. It was already, the right rear was back 3/32 of an inch. So what I was going to do to it has already been done. Must have been just me doing a poor job setting the car up when I did a while ago. But unfortunately, I don't really want to go too much more than 3/32 of an inch because I don't want it to get too far out of control. And I haven't really talked to anybody about rear steer and how much rear steer they run. But I know it doesn't take a lot to make the car feel drastically one way or the other. So I decided to leave that. From a setup standpoint, really what I'm going to do Friday is just get aggressive with my changes. I'm going to see how the track is. The tackier the track is, the more aggressive I'm going to be with my changes. My plan right now is after hot laps or after the heat race, if the car feels tight at all, I'm going to do a minimum half round all the way around on the car. Maybe a full round in the front and a half round in the rear to loosen the car up, because that's, you know, I've been feeling that tightness a lot. When I was at Florence, it felt tight, and I did a half a round all the way around on the car. Obviously, it worked well there, but I think that the setup differences at that track probably don't carry over to a lot of other tracks, unfortunately. So that's my plan right now. I also just got the car, I washed the car. It was a nice day out. I took the air filters off. I have the K&N style. In fact, this is one of the ones that I took off of there. Had some dents and dings in it from the from rocks or whatever that I was hitting. So I took those off. I cleaned them, re-oiled them, put them back on. So I should be in about as good a conditions as I can get. I may try to find like a grinding wheel, a diamond grinding wheel, and maybe you know, go over my tires once before the race just to kind of take the glaze off of them. It's probably something that I should do more frequently, but I don't. But I imagine it might help me out just a little bit, so we'll see how that shakes out. But that's the plan. Racing Friday at Portsmouth, alongside the late models for the $100,000 to win Dirt Track World Championships, I think it is. So it should be fantastic. My wife's going to be coming, so that'll be fun. And that right now is planned to be the last race of the year. We'll see. There's a couple of other asphalt races the rest of the year, and I think there is a Brush Creek dirt race in November, but I'm not sure. We'll have to see. I think I'm going to actually be out of town for work on one of those, but we'll see. I'll try to get more of that figured out before next week's vlog, so I can kind of at least give everybody an update. So if you have any questions or comments or thoughts, go ahead and put it in the comments below. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.